Hi everyone, my name is Monique and welcome to another episode of Monique's Home. Life with kids can get really busy. I know for us, we have 3 kids and we live in North America, so I basically take the kids everywhere, like shopping, when I go to the post office, when I need to go to the bank, they are with me. And especially now with all the holiday shopping, everything gets a lot busier. We all know that it could get easier if everybody just quote unquote follows, if everybody just cooperates. But we know for everyone, for anyone, even especially for younger children, it's not always predictable and it's not always smooth sailing. Especially with our little ones, they can get very anxious in newer situations. They thrive on routines, they thrive on predictability. So if all of a sudden you have to take them with you to the bank, or all of a sudden you have a doctor's appointment and it's not something that you do on a regular basis with them, then it kind of gets them off track, and sometimes that can lead to tantrums, that can lead to more challenging behavior. So how do we invite cooperation from our children? Make things a little bit easier. Make going to the bank, going to the grocery a lot easier for you and your child. So the first thing we can do is to identify the challenge. What was the problem the last time that you went to the grocery? What was the struggle when you took your child to the bank? Was it that your toddler couldn't stay seated in the cart very long? Was it that your child didn't know what to do at the bank and so she just started walking around the lounge? What was the problem? What made it difficult at that time? And have a conversation with your child about it, whether you have a toddler or a child that's a little bit older. Just engage them in conversation. Invite them to think about what happened in the past. Say maybe, oh, I remember the last time we went to the grocery, you couldn't stay in the cart and it was very difficult for mom to buy the things that we need in the house. Or you could say something like, do you remember the last time we went to the bank? Do you remember what happened there? I think it was a bit of a challenge for both of us because you were walking around in the lounge and I couldn't really stay in line because I was worried about you. Once you identify the challenge or the problem, make a plan together. So that's step number 2. Invite your child to collaborate with you and think about something that you can both do, so things are a lot easier. So maybe you can say, all right, so we need to go to the grocery again today. What do you think we can do so that it's going to be a lot more fun for you and mommy? Or we're going to the bank tomorrow. I need you to maybe think about a couple of ways that you could stay seated at the couch while mom lines up to the teller. Encouraging your child to plan with you and to create that strategy, to think of ways to make things a little bit easier, gives them ownership of the situation and just makes them a little bit more invested in the process. And it's something that you can go back to. So when you are at the grocery and your child starts to want to get out of the cart, you can say, oh, remember in your plan, you said you're going to stay in the cart while mommy buys the things that we need. Or when you're at the bank, you can say, oh, remember in your list, you said these are the things you can do. So maybe you can choose something from the list that you can do instead of walking around the bank. So it makes them part of the solution, makes them want to do it more because it's something that they came up. Once you've made a plan, invite them to participate. So not only thinking about what to do, but actually doing it with you. So when you're at the grocery, even if they're at the cart, I would get the things from the shelf, hand it to Raphael, to my 3-year-old, and I would have him put it at the back. And I would just remind him to be gentle, especially if it's like something that's fragile. But even if it's maybe a lot easier for me to just put it straight into the cart, I do that so that Raphael is involved in the process. And again, that's also giving him something to think about, something to be busy with, instead of thinking that he wants to run around the grocery. Last but not the least, empower their participation, empower their leadership. And this makes them feel a lot more better about what had happened and makes them feel more encouraged to do it again the next time that you have to take them to the grocery, the next time that you have to take them somewhere. So say things like, you were such a big help in the grocery today. And I would do this even if it sounds cheesy. I would talk to my toddler, to Martina, to Renee, and to my 6-year-old and to my 8-year-old and say, you made things a lot easier for mom today. Thank you you so much for, just waiting for me patiently, or for walking with me in the grocery and not running around. So remember, the next time you have to go out on an errand and bring all your kids or your child with you, make things a lot easier for you and for them by inviting them to cooperate, inviting them to be part of the solution. So one is to identify the challenge. Number two is to make a plan and invite them to make that plan with you. Number three is to invite them to participate. And number four is to empower, to notice, and to acknowledge the things that they've done to make things better for you. Thank you for joining me today. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to Monique's Home. And I hope that this video was of some sort of help to you. Please follow us on Instagram at Monique's Home for more teaching, learning, and play strategies with your children, and also www.moniqueshome.com for a lot of fun printables, especially the one that we have now for Christmas. I will see you next time. Remember to make every day your own version of extraordinary.